Every EV driver encountered this scenario.
This charger doesn't work.
What if I tell you can help the community improve the charging network and get something out of it? N-Charge! Share your experiences and impressions at the charging station via N-Charge. Give direct feedback, receive kilometers and stars, collect kilometers and exchange them for charging credits. Use the link in the description and get 20 kilometers for free.
Hello everyone and welcome to the Audi A6 e-tron. This is the performance version with the big battery, 100 kilowatt hours, 95 kilowatt hours can be used. We have here a rear wheel drive version, 280 kilowatt peak power. We have an 800 volt battery system, can charge with a peak of 280 kilowatt, 10 to 80% should take around 21 minutes and WLTP range is 750 kilometers. The car is on the same platform as the Q6, same software, same hardware, same battery, but because it's a limousine, way lower consumption. And then with the gigantic battery that can charge so amazing, this is a long distance beast. The trunk is gigantic, very deep. We have a second floor down here that fits a bit, and we have little nets on each side where you can put other stuff. The Frunk is an okay size, not gigantic. Charging cables fit in here, maybe two, but that's it. On the rear seats, this seat is in my position. I'm 180 centimeters tall, around 6 feet, and I have enough legroom here. This is hard, the outside is soft, but I have enough legroom. And I can even put my feet under the seat. Headroom is something else. I'm touching the ceiling or the roof or whatever. So this is not amazing. So if someone is taller than 180, you're touching this really uncomfortably. We have an air vent here in the side and in the middle, seat heating of course for the outer seats, a little armrest with 2 cup holders and a little net and a light here in the middle. On the front seat, in the door as the Q6, you have all your controls for light, mirrors and the seat functions, memory seats and everything. Of course, window opening, the trunk opening, here the front opening. On the steering wheel, we have here our light control, our cruise control here in extra stock, little buttons here behind the steering wheel to adjust the regen, but we have D where you can use them, and then B, the gear B, where you have the strongest regen, one pedal driving, where these don't do anything. On the right then, of course, we have our wipers, and then on the steering wheel, on the left, we have all the views for the cockpit, and you can turn off the head-up display, can change what you see on the left, can change what you see on the right. And on the right side of the steering wheel, we have our favorite button, which can be the speed limit warning sound, steering wheel heater, and then music control and your voice control. In the middle, the same design as in the Q6, 2 USB-Cs, a 12 volt outlet, wireless charging for your phone, drive select button, your assist system button, parking assist, gear change and everything, 2 cup holders which you can close, and a little cabinet that you can open here, but nothing underneath here. Let's go through the overview, what we have here. I already told you everything about the buttons, but now about the screens. The cockpit, you can change the view on the left side of the cockpit with the left button on the left side of your steering wheel. And then you have 3 different things. One is the time and the kilometers and the odometer, so you can reset an extra trip. 2 is regen, where you can see that. 3 is then your driving data, short term, long term, and that's it. On the right side, we have a view button where this goes away. On the right side, we can change then music, phone, or navigation. And then you can go around. In the middle, of course, your speedometer, on the bottom, your range, your state of charge. And this view you can change. It can be efficiency, dynamic, or what was it, comfort or balance, something like this. And then this changes if you see the power or consumption, battery temperature and stuff like this. But it doesn't change it a lot. In the middle we have our main screen, and it's gigantic. That's awesome. In the Q4 and in the e-tron GT it was a bit small. Now we have the bigger one, and it's also the newer software, which is amazing. We have favorites when you scroll from left to right, and then up here we have head-up display, your lane assist and other stuff, your connection manager and stuff like this. Here we have 6 favorites that you can put in. You just go to all the apps, press long, and then move it where you want it in here, which is awesome. Assist system, we have an extra button, you press it, and then you get to 5 favorites that you can put in here, and then you can quickly turn this off and on how you want it. The drive mode, we have here individual, dynamic, comfort and efficiency, and this car has the suspension where you can go up and down, and then I can do it extra if I want to. In efficiency and dynamic it's lower, and in comfort, individual, I have it set to be a bit higher. In individual you can also set the steering, the damping, sound, assist and layout of the virtual cockpit, and here we have that. This is balanced view, dynamic view, maybe I should go into gear that you can see it better. Balanced, dynamic and efficiency. So it's not gigantic difference. When you stop the car you get the goodbye message where you can turn off your alarm system. You can keep the climate on, which is amazing, and when you go on this and you can then go to climate, you usually see that it's for 30 minutes, which is awesome. We have a lot of apps. You can install a lot of apps on the store, but you need internal connection to the internet, or you have to connect it to your phone and get internet with this. Then you can install and can use them. It's not included. We have a lot of car settings. If you want to know all the settings there are, then you can look at the software infotainment system tour that I did with the Q6. The only thing we have in this car that it didn't have in the Q6 are the digital mirrors. I don't know if you can see them on left and right. We have little screens that show me this. I can adjust that it's highway view, and it's gonna change if you drive a bit faster. Indicators, it will show that the indicators are on, and the brightness, and that's all the settings we have for that. When you get into gear, first you are in D, and when you do it again you are in B. In B you have the strongest region, 1 pedal driving, and in D you can adjust the region with the paddle shifters. It can be 0, 1 or 2, and in B it's the strongest. Annoying part is every time you get into the car you have to be in B, and every time you go into reverse it's just in D and you have to do it again. But that's how it is. Backup camera is gigantic, 360-degree camera here, and you can see what kind of camera you want to see. You see how close you are to something. You can wash the cameras, which is amazing. You can see then, oh, I'm 60 centimeters from hitting something. It's really awesome, done really well, and you can adjust everything here. It's awesome. The digital mirrors, it's something I have to get used to. I only drove a few kilometers so far, and I want to look in a different place. And I also, when I see them, especially when I go backwards into something, is this enough space? I don't know. The picture looks very detailed and bright enough to see something. It's just a different thing that you're used to, so it takes a bit. The first thing I noticed when I got into this car is that it feels like I'm sitting very, very high. There's barely any headroom. I have this much headroom, so and the seat is on the lowest position. If you are 190 centimeters tall, you're touching this. And this is weird. In my ID7 I have, I don't know how much space a 2-meter person can sit there and it's no problem. Here it's different and I feel like I'm high. The drive is, as expected, extremely comfortable, extremely quiet, very stable, very disconnected from the outside world, and that's what the car is for, and it's awesome. So it's definitely another step from an ID7. ID7 is really nice and comfortable and quiet, but this is the next step. Steering very precise, very comfortable, awesome. Cruise control, you just press the button on the stock of the cruise control. It sets the speed that you're driving. On the indicator, there's a button on the side to turn off the steering assist. And then the same as in the Q6, when you press up, it's 1 km/h steps, and if you press strong, it's 10 km/h steps, and it does it really well. Distance, you have an extra button, and with a head-up display, it even shows you when there's a car in front of you, and you change the distance, it shows you the line where that car would be when it just takes the distance that you set. It's awesome. Head-up display looks amazing. You see everything. You have your augmented reality part when you're navigating somewhere. It's awesome. Very bright, you get a lot of animations. The animation for the speed limit warning that it's when it sees there's a change is a bit much, and you can turn it off completely that you don't see it, but not the animation itself. I tested the sound system a bit, of course, because it's so quiet, podcast is no problem. And then if you listen to something, it's nice when it's quiet, that you can hear better and you have all the frequencies we need. This car in here has the speakers in the headrests as well. And when you're just driving like this, you can barely hear it, you can adjust the sound. It's only in the surround sound effect. And when you turn them to the side, you can hear it, that it comes out of here. It's a bit weird. So far, I don't feel like it improves my music listening, but maybe for some people this is really amazing. Time to accelerate the A6 e-tron, 280 kilowatt peak, but you don't have that when you don't use launch control. So I'm gonna drive in comfort mode once, 0 to 100 km/h, and then we're gonna do it in the launch control, where you have to be in dynamic and turn the ESC off. Then you have to press the brake pedal with your left foot and floor it with your right foot, and then you just leave the brake pedal off, and it's gonna accelerate the best it can do. Ooh.
60. 100.
That felt like nothing.
400 meter.
But it was 5.35 seconds. So as quick as an ID4 GTX, and that is good acceleration. But it felt like, is there anything happening? It's weird. Launch control. Ooh. I didn't notice a difference, and it's 5.33 seconds. But it said launch control activated. Now it's time to go on the highway, drive a bit, see how the noise level is when you go highway speeds 130, 150, and then we'll try to drive the top speed, which is 210 in this car, but it's Wednesday, trucks, cars, I doubt it. 130 on the speedometer. I don't notice a difference to 110. It's so quiet, nice, comfortable, stable. I have cruise control and everything on. I have to adjust the camera here all the time. 150 on the speedometer. It's a tiny bit louder. That's it. A tiny, tiny bit. It's comfortable and stable. All fine. But let's try and drive a bit faster. Yeah, that was interesting. So the car is quiet and comfortable in dynamic mode at 200. I drove 200, not 210, but it's not as stable as the Q6. Especially the normal Q6 was okay at that speed. The SQ6 at 210 was perfect. It was amazing. And of course the RS e-tron GT that I just drove was incredible. But at 200 this is not extremely stable. So I feel the wind, I feel the road and everything. The acceleration is not incredible, it's okay. It comes in very gradually and wants to be really comfortable. That's the main purpose of this car, it feels like. I mean, it accelerates good, but it's never uncomfortable acceleration where you do this. It always eases in. Still, this is a really great car, extremely comfortable, extremely quiet, power is okay. If you want acceleration, so the feeling of acceleration, it accelerates great, but you don't feel it. It's really weird. Then this is not your car, but it's totally fine. Do I have to go before or after? I don't know. And if you don't want to drive all the time the top speed, then it's also fine. And it's not bad, but it's not as good as I expected it to be. The software is great, hardware is great, charging, we'll see in the charging test and the range test and everything. Consumption, I drove a bit and I also find it really, really good. So, ID7 level. Wow, and with a bigger battery, so on a long distance trip and even range test and all what I'm gonna do, it's gonna be awesome. If you want to follow me on Instagram, BatteryLife1, and if you want to support the channel, there's a Patreon link in the description below, and here on YouTube there's also channel membership. And if you want to know what's happening behind the scenes, I have a third YouTube channel, Behind the Battery. But that's it for me. Thank you much for watching, have a great day and take care. Bye!